Hey everybody, it's Anna. Time for our final card in this week's tarot story. Today we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So I think of the number 7 as being connected to discernment, making wise choices that match our highest good. Pentacles are connected to the physical realms. They're about jobs and money and physical wellness and vitality, all the things that what it means to be a body on the planet, right? So the image here, if we turn it upright, we show a man who's been working, hoeing around a plant. The plant is doing beautifully. It's very abundant and verdant, but he's pausing in his work as though he's reflecting on something. So again, it's a 7 card. So it's almost like he's looking at what's coming up and he's asking himself, does this match what I want? Is this what I really want to create? Do I want to keep putting more energy into this? So when this card is upright, it suggests we have a pause in our energy and our work, to just check in, to evaluate, to weigh whether what we're currently doing still matches us. It's interesting because that sort of came up with the King of Wands reverse. I sort of mentioned the idea of we're in the momentum of doing something that other people are really appreciate and really love. And sometimes the fact that they appreciate and love it creates a momentum that might drown out our own momentum, right? Like we're no longer really checking in to say, is this what I want to offer? Or am I just responding to the fact that they're valuing it and they're benefiting from it? That definitely happens, is that when you're offering gifts in the world, people respond and love it. But we need to kind of deliberately pull our attention away from that sometimes because especially if you're a creative intuitive, you're almost always in the middle of expansion or on the verge of expansion. So what you do today probably will not look the same in a year. So you do have a need to kind of constantly work things out, kind of throw out old structures and start something new, or at least build on an old structure and creating something new. And people around you are not going to see the need for that because they already like what you're doing. So it is sort of a self-oriented understanding of what you're doing. So when the card is upright, it suggests just that we are evaluating what we're doing. We're kind of checking back in. We're saying, yes, this is successful, but when I get to the harvest point, is this really what I'm going to want? Or do I need to change what I'm doing? But this one came to us reversed. So that suggests to me, in this situation, it is not the time for self-evaluation. In fact, what we can be doing now is sort of second guessing ourselves. So this week has been a lot about stepping away from other people, kind of getting in touch with our own intuition, maybe surfacing new insight, new inspiration, maybe even changing things around, asking our minds to sort of let go of old beliefs or old structures in order to try something new. So it's like we're in transition right now. When you're in transition, it's not the time to question things because the 7 is actually kind of far down in the spiritual journey. You're in the early stages of a journey, in the early stages of some kind of new transition. It's not time to evaluate it. And I think that actually can really mess us up because the mind tries to jump in and do some evaluation before things are ready. And if you evaluate things too early, you will find a million questions that you can't answer yet. Like how do we structure this? How do we make money with this? How do we express this? All these questions that if you spend more time in the journey will sort of naturally, organically be answered. But at this point, we can't answer them. So this will invite us to lose our momentum in the questioning, in the self-evaluation, in the doubting of our intuition, instead of just kind of focusing on letting this new thing arise. So your mind, and we talked about yesterday, the 6 of Swords is like the mind is in transition. The mind can be feeling uncomfortable right now. It is possible the mind in its discomfort will try to make sense of something and try to create something coherent and a system and challenge what we're doing in order to address that discomfort. But you just want to kind of encourage the mind. Now is not the time. It doesn't make sense yet. This intuition is new. It's fresh. It's coming into the world. It's taking shape, but it hasn't taken its perfect shape yet, or it hasn't taken its mature shape yet. So helping the mind relax and say, it's not the time for the mind to put in its 2 cents. There will definitely come a time when it's upright and the mind can kind of push and prod a little bit, ask questions, but now it's too young. It's too young. So we're in the middle of the transition, at the beginning stages of the transition. So just try to encourage the mind once again to move in faith, to relax, and to let things develop. Trust the process, as I'm always told. See you next time. Bye.